Hello, my awesome Aries, and welcome to your general weekly energy reading. This is the general reading, so please do remember to take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, please do like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff if this does resonate with you. Do remember that this is a weekend energy reading, so we won't be doing any reversals. We are going to use this deck for your general energy. We will use this deck in case you're interested for your challenge. We'll be using 3 other decks for some clarification for you. So let's jump in here and see what our lovely Aries have going on. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords coming in for our Aries. And it looks like the Knight of Swords is going to be bringing you an opportunity. This could be someone or something, but it looks like it's kind of a quick, obviously a quick coming in opportunity. It's the Knight of Swords, but it's could be something that you've been waiting on. It could be a work opportunity. It could be a relationship opportunity. I do feel like it's something that, that you don't see coming, kind of. I don't feel like it's something, it could be something you've waited on, but I don't feel like it's something you've waited on. With it being the Knight of Swords specifically, I feel like it is cutting in at a rapid speed, kind of almost blindsiding you. So this may be something kind of exciting and new for you, which is very exciting. But the next card down is the 5 of Pentacles. And this is a card that's typically some financial hardship. It can show some financial strife, where you're a little bit struggling kind of thing. But with the Knight of Swords energy, that could either be something where that's what that's saying to you, is that because you've been going through this, because you've been going through a period of kind of financial hardship, or maybe some stagnation or something where you feel like you've kind of just been up against it, constantly kind of like taking 1 step forward and two steps back rather, that you just don't feel like you're making headway. Whereas the Knight of Swords is a swift moving opportunity that may come in for you to move forward in a pretty, a pretty immense way. So if that's something that you've really been kind of dealing with lately, and this resonates with you, keep your eyes open, because I definitely feel like something is coming in for you that you may have not, been planning for. It's not like, I'm not sensing that it could be something, of course, for some of you, if you've been applying for a job, or you've been applying for a loan, or this or that, or something, you've been waiting for a check to come through, or something like that. It could certainly be that, the relief on the way immediately. However, for most of you, the way I'm sensing this is I feel like this is something where you're kind of just like stressed out and struggling with the finances, like, oh gosh, I wish I could just get ahead. And this kind of just comes in out of nowhere, and kind of you feel like, oh, finally, I can finally just put this to rest. And that kind of goes along with your next card, which is the Death card. And that lets me know that that's in tarot, of course, that's the only time that death is not a terrible card, because it typically just means it's an ending of a cycle, an ending of something. And in this case, it's falling right under the 5 of Pentacles, which allows me to think that this is the ending, of your financial hardships, of your financial stress, stagnation. And I feel like it's all starting with this Knight of Swords energy. So I feel like whatever opportunity this is, or whatever cash injection this is that comes in, perhaps, you might get an inheritance you weren't expecting. You might get a bigger tax return that you weren't expecting, something of that nature that you weren't expecting that comes in. And because of that, I feel like you're going to be able to basically just stop with this grind, I guess, financial grind, let's call it, because it's something where you just feel like you're constantly up against it. You're kind of struggling. If you look at the card, it's like, they're out in the freezing cold. They're constantly, beating against the weather, and one of them's injured, and they're just, it's like a constant struggle. And I feel like this is something that you're going to be able to put an end to and move into a better chapter. So if it's a new, it could be a cash injection, like I said, or it could be a new opportunity. And this new opportunity is what ultimately is your starting over point. It's a death of this situation, this feeling of constantly working and not really getting anywhere, and to change to be able to have some financial stability and peace. But let's see what your challenge card is to get us a little bit more information going forward for our lovely Aries. See if that will help us at all, get some enlightenment on this. But I do feel like this Knight of Swords is going to bring something financial, with it being over your Five of Pentacles and the Death card, that is going to be a positive, a definite positive for you. Now, whether that's straight up income or cash or, you know, something of that nature, or more of an opportunity, you'll certainly know when you get, I mean, it's going to be an obvious thing, and it's going to be coming super quickly, it looks like, with this Knight of Swords. So again, it's something that's going to make you feel, at least, you know, at least for a while, that you have some financial peace and you can rest financially. But your challenge card, okay, the Ten of Pentacles. So again, the challenge card here is the Ten of Pentacles. Well, the Ten of Pentacles, first of all, the 10 is an ending card. So part of that challenge may be ending. It may be that you have to, this opportunity is making you have to quit your financial position that you're currently in. That could be what that is indicative of. You're having to quit where you're currently working to take up this new position, which is going to be a much better position. So although this is a challenge, it's always a challenge to change, to try something new. You know, if it leads to abundance, which it does, you know, a 10 of Pentacles is an abundance card, you know, then it's certainly not a bad thing. It's just a challenge. It really is a challenge to change. Change is always hard. Switching jobs is hard. Learning something new is hard. All of those things. But if that's the opportunity coming in, that could be the challenge. The other challenge could be that, you know, this money alone causes challenges for you. This is a large amount of money and it causes challenge. You know, I mean, the old saying is mo money, mo problems. I mean, really, that's true. And it can very well be, especially if you're not somebody who's used to having money. You may not know what to do with it, how to handle it. You may have people popping out of the woodwork who now all of a sudden, you don't know if they're your real friends, your fake friends. They want to, you know, be your friend because you're either now in a position where you have the money, or you're in a higher position at your employment where you're making more money, and everyone wants to be your best friend to get up that social ladder. So just the money alone in itself could be an issue. It also could be an issue because you just don't know how to invest it. You don't know how to take care of it. You don't know what to do with it, because, you know, at this point, it's like you might be out blowing this money because you've never had it before in this kind of way where you can just spend it freely. You know, you've kind of lived paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, you've never had a job where you've made enough that you know, you have extra left over after all the bills are paid to actually just spend. And so it's like you're spending it and you're not being wise with it. And this is part of your problem. So, you know, the money itself could ultimately be a challenge. The income itself could ultimately be a challenge. But again, with it being the ending card, it may just, again, indicate that you're having to leave one position to get another one. And it will be a better one, but it's going to take some challenge to do that. You may have to move. You may have to leave what you're comfortable with. You may have to, you know, relocate all of your life's work into something else, you know, totally different opportunity than what you're used to, and learn something all over again. You know, it may be very, very different for you. But again, I do think it's going to be lucrative for you. But let's get some more clarity on these. We do have our clarification cards here, some different ones. So we'll use the abundance deck here to see what kind of information we can get, any sort of clarification on this Knight of Swords for you. Clarification on the Knight of Swords, please, for our lovely Aries. Energetic clearing. Okay, so ultimately this is saying that you've been going through kind of a crisis of funds, of money. And anytime you do that, you need to basically just stop, start over, clear out all of the negative, all of the negative energy, any of the weight you've carried with that. And that's certainly here with the Death card. It's saying the same thing. It's kind of reiterating that fact. And it's also, with this being possibly an ending card, it's saying, you know, you need to just basically take this opportunity. It's falling right next to your Knight of Swords. Take this opportunity, whether it be an opportunity for a new job or whether it be actual income. Take this opportunity to clear out any negative energy and start over, start afresh, start anew, learn, build, try to be smart with the funds, with the job, with the whatever you have opportunity here, and move forward that way with it. But don't linger in the past on any of that, or any of the time that you were, you know, don't worry about any of the stuff that happened when you were down and out with your funds. Don't linger on that. That's negative energy that you don't need to think about. You know, you have the opportunity now, so utilize it for all it's worth, ultimately, is what we're saying here. And for your moon card here, it is saying balance. And I think that's kind of telling, the way that that came up right next to your Five of Pentacles and your Ten of Pentacles challenge card, because I think what that might be saying to you is, because you haven't had the money again, or the position where you've had extra income, maybe to spend or invest or whatever, it's saying make sure that you are being in balance. Balance yourself, balance what you do with the money. Don't let the money change who you are as a person. Don't let the money make you go crazy and start spending. Be balanced in all realms. Be balanced in what you do with the money, and also be balanced in who you are. You know, use some of the money for being charitable. You know, try to be kind if you can. You know, if you can invest some and save some and spend some, that's fine too. But try to be balanced, be moderate in most things, so that this, having the money, doesn't become a challenge. It doesn't change who you are. It doesn't cause you to go crazy and spend things that you don't really want to spend, and you end up right back broke again. You know, those kinds of things. All things in balance. So I think that's what that's trying to kind of allude to with that coming up right next to those cards. That's pretty telling right there. So, and then let's get you a final card here. And this is next to your Death card, which I think is just basically telling you that your ending of your troubles financially could be over here going forward, if you allow it to go. It says, express yourself creatively and start something new. And I don't think anything could be more perfect than that, falling next to the Death card, because that ultimately is telling you this is an ending of this. Now it's time to take that opportunity and move forward into something new. And it looks like it could potentially be an outlet for creativity. So I don't know if any of you maybe were looking for a more creative position, a more creative job, or if it's something where you get a cash injection. Let's say you get money from a lawsuit, a settlement, an inheritance, you know, you get a cash, that's what is coming in, where you're able to not have to work, or you're retiring or something of that nature early. You know, you may just be able to be more creative with your time. Maybe something that's always something you've wanted to do was, you know, paint or draw or do something like that. And maybe now you have that opportunity where you've never had that before, because you've always just been working. But you're able to stop that and start being, you know, more yourself, more freed up to do that. So it looks like everything is really positive for you here, as long as you take care of this opportunity to the best of your ability. Stay balanced with it, stay positive with it. It's going to give you a lot of excitement, happiness, a lot of opportunities here, a ton of abundance, it looks like, should you want it, as long as you don't let that kind of overtake everything else. Also the number 9 and 19. So the number 9 is very obvious here again in your reading. So if that means something to you, might be something to watch out for. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, so it gets to our other Aries. And check back with me next week. I will be doing the March monthly reading. So hope to see you soon. Bye.